Host Big Holla.
What is up, my G? Holla back with another Eagle update.
First of all, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, to all the listeners, to everybody in the world. I'm hoping that y'all had a wonderful holiday, that you got to eat all of the turkey that you want, all of the stuffing, all of the dressing. I had to have some really good gumbo. So shout out to Pops for that. The gumbo was amazing. Shout out to my family. Shout out to Tamika and Terry and all the people who I was around yesterday with the fam, and to Craig's mom for cooking that great food. It was real good, man. I enjoyed myself. I had a great time, and I hope that y'all were able to enjoy the time with your family as well. Right? So, real quick, man, I wanted to welcome y'all to the DCSP Radio Show, Episode 1. We're going to try to start, giving these shows out, or, putting shows out every week. Maybe one, maybe two. I'm not sure yet. This is something new for me. I've worked at a radio station for years in the past. I was a chief engineer there, so I wanted to try to give it a shot on my own, and see how this plays out. But this will be your one-stop shop for sports, mostly Eagle ball, but we are going to try to dibble and dabble into other teams as well. Look, man, I'm just happy that y'all here, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this, hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on Apple or one of those streaming platforms, please share this. Please like it. Do whatever you got to do. Get this in the hands of other people so they can enjoy the show as well. And with saying all that, man, let's get right into it today, man, because I am extremely happy, man, to bring y'all this news. So the Philadelphia Eagles are waiving Derek Barnett, which to me is really good news. I really feel like Derrick Barnett has not lived up to, what we thought he was going to be coming into the league. He had that, strip sack in the Super Bowl, that kind of got him thus far. But, all in all, man, I just haven't seen much from him. So the Eagles are waiving Derrick Barnett. Bye, sayonara, my friend. That's really how I feel about that. But it just makes me think, man, waiving Derrick Barnett at this point in the season, he hasn't been doing anything. If we want to keep it a stat, he hasn't been doing nothing. So he's gone. And I agree with that. But it makes me think, what does Howie Roseman, the best GM in football of the 9-1 Eagles, what does he have up his sleeve? Unless you were living under a rock, Colts released Shaq Leonard out of nowhere last week. Decided up out the blue. He hasn't been starting on the team. He hasn't had a up year. But everybody knows who Shaq Lenard or, Darius Shaq Lenard is. We all know who he is. We know he's a player. He can help out on the team as soon as he touched down. But he was released out of nowhere from the Colts. And me knowing my general manager, Howie Roseman, I know that he will be after a guy like Shaq Lenard. He will be. That's a fact. He's gonna at least acquire about him, But with the minus of Derek Barnett, he could be freeing up some space for this linebacker who would be a great addition to this team. He's not a rookie by far. He's not a new player by far. He has held down a contract in this league. He is a veteran linebacker. There is a place for him on this team. There's been a lot of people and a lot of reports saying that, why do y'all want him? You already got enough talent on this team, but in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with having depth at the linebacker position. The linebacker position has been up and down, like Hassan Reddick thumb all year. The most consistent linebacker in my opinion has been Zach Cunningham thus far. Even though Morrow has played well, but with Dean coming back from off IR and then Dean getting the starting spot back, Nicholas Morrow has still been solid through that time. You know what I mean? So I would say Zach Cunningham is the most solid linebacker we have. And bringing a guy like Shaq Lenard in here, he can make a difference on day one. He can definitely provide depth at the linebacker position because we're not sure when we're getting Nakobe Dean back. Honestly, he might be done for the season. And if he was to get hurt again, if he was to come back and get hurt again and have to go on IR, he would be done. He wouldn't be able to help us. So adding depth to the spot is crucial. I really feel like it's a great idea, and it's one that we should go ahead and inquire about. If not, bring him in here. Another thing, man, Nick Sirianni knows him. Nick Sirianni is familiar with him. He's been on a team that Darius Leonard was a part of. So we already know who this guy is. We already know. So why wouldn't we acquire about him? Why wouldn't we try to do what we got to do, our due diligence, to bring such guy into the organization? So with saying all that, no news has came out that the Philadelphia Eagles has signed Shaq Lenard yet. But if it does, everything that I'm doing will stop, and I will report that on this channel, on Facebook, on TikTok, everywhere. I will address that situation because that is a really, really, that's major news, right? And you guys should know about that. So, as that come out, I will update y'all. As we move on through the radio show, I want to talk about Quez Watkins, man. The 21-day practice window is open. He did practice on Wednesday. If I'm not mistaken, we will get into the injury report later in the show. That he was limited in practice. One of those guys who, we have to discuss. We have to address the situation. Because Quez brings, as much as we have gave flack to Quez throughout this season, throughout last season, from all the mistakes that he has made, But one thing that Quez can do is he can open up this field a little bit, and I've been saying that. I'm not saying that Quez is a world beater because we all know he's not. I'm not as high up on Quez as I was last year, the year before that. I'm not that, or preseason, off season. I was high up on Quez. I thought that this was going to be a year for Quez, especially with the years that he has had in the past. I was thinking that this year might be the year for Quez, but that's not the case here. That's not the case. Quez is an issue, but one thing that Quez can do is he can clear out the field. He can take the attention. He can put the attention on himself, and make those safeties move out a little bit, get away from the line of scrimmage a little bit. That's the type of things that Quez can do. Also, he's probably the best receiver that we have running the wide receiver screen. Excuse me. We already know that our offensive coordinator, will run more screens than a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, that he brings a different dynamic to the team, that we do not have right now. We've tried the screen with Devontae Smith. You're not saying that he's bad at it, but that's not his strong point. We've tried the screen with Julio Jones twice, and it was a dud. I mean, the second one was kind of, he got positive yardage out of it, but, we're kind of looking for that breakaway speed, that guy that can, hit the sideline, give us 30, 40 yards. That's the type of player that we're looking for. But I'm not sure if Quez is that guy. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I'm not sure if Quez is that guy. But that's yet to find out. And I'm not saying that, I'm ready to see what's the plans for Quez. what's the plans for him coming off IR and being available for this game Sunday afternoon against Buffalo? I can't wait to find out what we do there. And now, a brief message from our valued sponsors. Your support keeps our radio show running. Stay tuned to learn more about the fantastic offerings from our sponsors. Welcome to www.diamond/sound/production.com, where we design, edit, and optimize your audio needs. We can also help you keep your back dry while making snow angels with our DSP unisex pullover hoodie. Hey, remember to get up without ruining that angel. You can also visit the beach in style with your DSP unisex pullover hoodie. Stay breezy, my friend. You can also do push-ups and get a lot stronger with your DSP unisex pullover hoodie. Let's get those arms to the vet, because those puppies are sick. Wait. What are you doing in this club, big dripper? You should be at home making TikToks in your DSP unisex pullover hoodie. See, you can even do the floss in your DSP unisex pullover hoodie. Oh yeah. You can even do the dice roll in your DSP unisex pullover hoodie. This hoodie will even keep you nice, comfy, and cozy while you skydive from an Empire State Building if that's what you're into. No matter what, visit www.diamond/sound/production.com. It is Kelly Green Week, and you know how we do on Kelly Green Week. We the winners on Kelly Green Week. So I just want to let y'all know I've been rocking my Kelly Green. I had my Kelly Green Jalen jersey on yesterday. Green toes, hat, the whole enchilada. I had the whole enchilada on yesterday because it's Kelly Green Week. And if it's football being had, I gotta represent with the Kelly Green. So that's amazing news right now. Or to hear that we will be stepping in the Kelly Green, which our chances of winning are high. I don't think we're going to lose this game anyway. I just think that team is a little bit too sloppy with the football. And, what I've seen from the cornerbacks last week, I'm hoping that we get that same type of game. But we'll get into that a little bit later on the show. But I want to just, bring up a few things, that I seen during the game last week. Just a few things, we already discussed a good portion of it, but I also wanted to bring up a few things. So, man, I just wanted to bring up the fact that Jason Kelce is a different breed. Jason Kelce is a leader of this team. It was a play early on last week that kind of tripped us all out where Jalen was trying to check, I guess, to run to the other side. And Jason Kelce, he turned that down. He said, nah, we ain't going that way. We going this way. And Jalen has the authority to override Kelce and make him do what he wanted to do out the check. But Jalen Hurts has tons of respect for our center, which speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. And Kelce was able to snag a big block on that play against Willie Gay, a really good linebacker in this league, and Jalen was able to scamper for a first down. So basically, man, I just wanted to shout out to Kelce, for trusting what he sees out there and listening to and Jalen listening to him. That's how championship ball happens. When everybody's on the same accord, we already know that Jason Kelce he's an all-pro in this league. He's one of the best centers in this league. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that drive led to our first touchdown of the game. So you just never know what would have happened if he would have listened to him. He would have checked out of that. We don't know. So like I said, man, those are things that we need to see. Those things speak volumes. They kind of go unnoticed at times, but I notice them and I like to bring them to the forefront. So everybody can be aware of because everybody's saying, this is the worst 9-1 team. This is the worst 9-1 team. Blase. Reports all over the place that we're the worst team at 9-1, which I really don't understand. The Philadelphia Eagles are 4-0 against teams that have winning records. So how are we the worst 9-1 team in the league? That kind of bamboozles me a bit. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has one, but the fact of the matter is we 9-1. We the best team in the league. and we've been beating up on these good teams just as well as we've been beating up on these bad teams. And I'm not saying we've been blowing them out, but we've been figuring out how to win, which is the most important. So real quick, man, before we jump out of here today, I want to talk about, a few other things that's going on in the division and things that's going on in the conference, that may, affect us or, not affect us, but, we have to stay newsed up on our conference, our division, you know what I'm saying? Because it affects us in some way. So real quick, man, the Commanders fire Jack Del Rio. They also fired the defensive back coach Brett Wieselmeyer, after the 45-10 loss against the Dallas on Thanksgiving yesterday. That was something, in my opinion, that needed to happen for a while now. Watching these games and listening to these content creators discuss this defense, and the first name that always come up when I watch these guys is JDR. So let's see what I'm going to be excited to see what happens over there to try to get that team back to winning football, because right now they stink. And that's just the fact of the matter. They stink. So, as I said, Dallas won yesterday, but Dallas still has not been able to beat a team over 500. So when that occurs, then we might be able to give them a little bit of flowers for these wins. But as for now, we don't care. I think next week, I think they got Seattle next week, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I'm not sure. I got to check into that. But this would be their chance to redeem themselves, which I don't think they're going to do. They'll be able to play a 500 team and maybe get a win if they are able to play Seattle, which would be maybe a game that you see later on in the year. So this would be a time for them to get it together and show people that they can win football and win away from home. Because at home they act like they world beaters, and then when they go on the road and play other teams, they stink. You know what I'm saying? So some things to look out for. The Giants are dead. They're done, right along with the Commies. This is a 2-team race coming out of the East. It's only the Eagles and Dallas. Those are the 2 football teams that's coming out and going into the playoffs, and the Giants and the Commies are looking forward to the draft. And if I'm the Commanders, I'm trying to open up and get some linemen, because they can't protect Sam Howell for nothing. So that would be number one for me if I was a Commanders fan, trying to pick up some offensive lineman help. And as we talk about the conference, man, the Lions lost yesterday to Green Bay 29-22 on Thanksgiving. That is a good football team over there. The 49ers spanked the hell out of Seattle yesterday, 31-13. They are a legit contender. They have a really good roster over there. Brock Purdy is playing out his mind right now. Brandon Ayuk is a player who always, kill us every time. So it's somebody who we got to watch. George Kittle, another player. We can't defend tight ends for some reason. It's been like that all season. They are a legit contender. We did beat them last year. Before I say anything else, we did beat them last year, and we can do it again. And they are next up on the menu after we do our due diligence on Buffalo. So that'll be a good game to watch, just to see, how these 2 teams match up, how the rosters match up, who can be victorious, because this can be a preview of what we see in January. So real quick, man, let's go ahead and jump into the injury report, the up-to-date injury report. Let's go ahead and jump into that, and that is looking a little like this. This is Thursday, November 23rd, the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles looked like this. First of all, Derek Barnett, he had some personal issues, which we understand what it was now. He did not practice. Tight end Grant Calcaterra had an ankle injury. He did not practice. Safety Justin Evans did not practice with a knee injury. Tight end Dallas Goedert did not practice, as we know, with a forearm injury. Defensive tackle Milton Williams is probably in concussion protocol. He did not practice. Wide receiver A.J. Brown was limited with a thigh injury. Running back DeAndre Swift was limited with an ankle injury. Wide receiver Quez Watkins was limited with a hamstring injury, and wide receiver Julio Jones had a knee injury, but he was full participation, and he should be ready to go if they're not talking about Quez. So there you go, man. That's your injury report, and as a new one comes out, I will update you guys with that. But let's get into a little bit of prediction, for Sunday, because we creeping closer. We getting close to Sunday, 3:25. The Philadelphia Eagles play the Bills. And I think this is a game that we can win. I think this is a game that we can win, by 14 points if we really on our ish. And I think we will this week because, with us going right into the Niners the next week, I don't think there's room for a loss right now. I'm not saying that it'll be the end of the season if we do lose. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, if we were able to continue this win streak, go 10-1, and go into that 49ers game, we should be able to make something shake. And if we go 11-1, man, that's crazy. That's crazy, but I do think the Eagles are a team that can do that. We are the best team in the league, and I don't put nothing past this team. In the beginning of the season, I had the Philadelphia Eagles going 15-2. I got crucified for that. I'm talking about comment after comment after comment saying that I did not know what I was talking about, saying that I was way off, saying that I don't know football, blase, blah, whoop-de-whoop. And I sat there and I responded to almost every last comment that came through and told them that, you don't have to have confidence in your team like I have confidence in my team. That's basically what I said in a nutshell, with a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. But at the same time, I believe in this team. And 15-2 is a far stretch. Do I think that the Eagles going to go 15-2? There is a possibility. The possibility is still open, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough as we move through this gauntlet, as y'all call it. But we are already 4-0 because they said that the gauntlet started at week 7 or something like that. But we already done killed this gauntlet, to start the season. For the Eagles and Bills, I think the Eagles will win, man. 27-17, man. That's what I'm going with this week. To go to 10-1. That's what I'm going with. Offensively, I think that Buffalo has a good team, but I think that we can capitalize on the mistakes. We can make them make mistakes by putting pressure on Josh Allen, making him make bad throws, making him just air that thing out. Most of the time, those end up being an interception. And one thing about the Philadelphia, if you keep turning the ball over, we will capitalize eventually, and we will win that game. So we are not a team that you need to continue turning the ball over. You don't need to turn the ball over on us, man. You need to protect that thing. So I think that we can capitalize on these turnovers. They do have a really good defense over there with Poyer, and they got a really good back end. They got some good linebackers. So that's a team that we need. That's the team on the menu this week. That's the team on the menu. We're gonna go in there and do our thing and get up out of there. That's how we do. And I will be having a review video for that game coming out at some point this week. I'm thinking about maybe tomorrow I might come out with an actual review video. But right now you tuned in to the DCSP Radio Show, episode 1. Again, make sure y'all like this, man. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. If I am about to start putting these radio shows on all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. But I'm trying to get back into that like I did with the other podcasts that I had because I want to reach a bigger network. And I do also want to make sure that we start discussing other teams in the NFL as we go through the season into the playoffs. like I said, man, make sure y'all hit that Cash App if you want to support the show. Hada86. If you want to support the show, please. Anything helps. I'm not saying you have to. I'm gonna continue to bring that work. But if you want to support the show, please hit up that Cash App. I will have the link in the description. So make sure y'all hit that up. Everything is needed, and we appreciate anything that we get. Real quick, man, I want to talk about the Diamond Crew channel on YouTube. If you have not already, please check that out. We are monetized now. We finally monetized the channel. It's just called the Diamond Crew channel on YouTube. That's all. Just type in the Diamond Crew. You'll see us. That channel is filled with laughter. That's where that's where I started this actual sports channel on that channel and moved it over and niched it down. So I want everybody to go support that channel. We got short films over there. We got skits over there. We got dancing over there. We got rain music. Like we got rain sounds and stuff. If you want to lock into something, it's more like a variety channel, but we are restructuring that channel right now since it's monetized, trying to niche that down a little bit. So make sure y'all go over there. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all support that channel. It's gonna be so much stuff going on with that channel that you won't want to miss it. And also, if you're here at the DCSP, make sure you support the channel here as well. But that's it, man. Like I said, man, I'm so happy that we got to come in here and really do our thing on episode 1 of the DCSP radio show. It's going to be so much more coming every week. Like I said, I want to hit this up once or twice a week. Once or twice a week, man. And come with those things that's going on around the NFL. But, for now, we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to let y'all go today. Enjoy the rest of y'all holiday weekend. Make sure y'all spending it with family. Make sure y'all doing things that y'all love doing. Because this is what living is about. This is what family is about, man. But for now, out.